Welcome to Undressing Intimacy, where we cut through the bullshit
Quirky,
so we can get naked.
you can say that.
Why not? How would you say it then?
Well, maybe more like, welcome to Undressing Intimacy, where we undress emotionally so we can undress physically.
That's exactly what I said. Not sure what the problem is. Welcome to episode number...
Wait, I forgot.
Oh my gosh, you're fired.
47.
Welcome to episode number...
47.
We're glad to have you here.
Yes, we are. We're glad to be here.
We are glad to be here. We thought we might have a little fun today. How does that sound?
I'm all in on that.
This might work out and it might be a total bomb. We have no idea, but we're going to try it out. Anyways, we're always being vulnerable on this podcast anyway, sticking our neck out. So we'll try it out. Amy got this brilliant idea. If it works, it's my idea. If it fails, it was totally Amy's idea. But
It's like playing a game.
we're going to play a game to how much do we really know each other kind of games. We're going to ask a question and we'll say what we think the other person will answer.
See how well we know each other, and
See if
also
we know each
to
other.
let you into some of our inside quirks and some of our just funny traits and just like the inner workings of us and our marriage.
Yep. Okay. Again, if this works and you love it, then it was my idea. If it sucks and it doesn't, then this was Amy's idea.
Way to take accountability, babe.
Absolutely. That's how I roll. All right, let's go first. Who's going first? Are you asking the question?
I'll ask you the first question.
And I'll answer what I think you would answer.
Yes.
Okay. You paused. You hesitate.
Yes. I got a little confused in that. It's like the have-sees and the,
I thought I answered pretty straightforward. All right, here we go.
Okay. If you hadn't been in the career you are, what else would you have wanted to be or do for work?
Oh, man.
Wait, you answered?
I'm answering what I think you would answer. So
Yes.
Amy, when she first came out of college, she wanted to go do an internship in Washington, D.C., but ultimately she wanted to be a therapist, so I thought she would be a therapist, and that's kind of what she's doing. You would be a therapist.
I definitely always want to be a therapist, but I've also thought about nutritionist, gardener, musician, and things like that. A
Yeah.
social worker.
I kind of stayed narrow, didn't I? I didn't broaden out that question, but
That's okay. Now I get to answer what I think you would say.
okay.
If you hadn't been working in software development, I think you would have either chosen football coach, truck driver. You talk about how you always want to drive an 18-wheeler, or perhaps just like a trainer of some sort, whether that was like archery training or horse training or like working with youth in some capacity. That's what I think you would have done.
Now, I think that you cheated because you got to think about these questions beforehand because you
I
wrote the questions, but
I actually got them off of somewhere.
the first
so-
thought that came to my mind was a truck driver. I wanted to be a truck driver. I actually had an
Roll
offer.
on, 18-wheeler.
One time I was living in Nebraska for a couple of years and they have a lot of trucks that run out of California and they run cattle. And I got to meet a guy that drove truck and drove cattle across the country from California to Nebraska, and he offered me a job. And it was actually, you don't even have to go get your full license as a truck driver. You just got to get your permit and then you become the second driver on the truck. And I was very tempted to do that. So as a little kid, I've always wanted to do that. Somehow we stole church tables in our basement when we lived in Utah, and my brother and I turned those into semi-trucks and we would sit there and drive them around. Yeah, I think you're right on everything else. I always wanted to be a coach, some kind, football coach or something like that. So that's kind of cool because I kind of get to coach here
Yeah.
and use those.
I think the
Yeah.
intimacy and marriage coach was kind of a surprising twist. But
Yeah, it's not what I thought I always wanted to do. I started in the graphic arts. So
yeah,
my-
you could have done that too.
Yeah, my dad was
Something
on
in
a
design or arts.
screen printing business, and I was doing all his graphic arts, and I thought for sure that's what I was going to go do. And it ended up HP, in kind of graphic arts. It was their first printer that had some software that you could actually do some graphic arts on, and I ended up testing that. But that got me into computer science, and I went to IT field.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. I still to this day think I need to go get my CDL and drive a truck for the
Just
fun of it.
love driving it, which is really great because I am a complete passenger princess and totally happy to have you drive, Miss Amy.
Right. Well, even when I was volunteering and working at the therapy center, the horse therapy center, the guy that dragged, what's the word for dragging the arena when it's the past tense? Anyway, the guy that dragged the arena was out of town, and they're like, "Hey, do you know how to drive a tractor?" And I completely lied and said yes. I had never driven a tractor, but I always wanted to drive a tractor. It was like my little boy dream. So I Googled it and watched YouTube videos on how to drive the tractor, and I ended up dragging the arena. And I can still do that. I can still go hours and just haul manure and stuff like that. Just
Driving.
heavy equipment driving. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's cool. So yeah, right on. Good job. All right, let's go on to number 2. So I'll start this time. Who's most likely to start a project? Are we answering for each other or what?
You answer what I think I would say.
I think you would say that I'm most likely to start a project because I never finished them. I'm most likely to start them.
That's exactly what I was
Is that
going
what
to
you're
say.
thinking?
You may want to start it, but you don't want to finish
Right.
it.
I'm a flash in the pan. I'll get going if it's a new idea and exciting, man. Whew,
You're
there you go.
excited at the first, and I get to wrap up all the projects.
When it gets status quo, I just get bored.
When it involves details, you get bored.
That too, yeah. Let's not
If
think
it
about
involves
details.
painting, you're completely out.
Sanding and painting suck.
Sanding, painting, detail work, done.
I'll build it. You get to sand it and detail work. So
You like the part about the vision and the dream and seeing how it could be. Then you get started, and then you get no longer interested.
if it takes too long.
And then I get to finish them.
Squirrel.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I kind of answered both of those. So that's what
yeah,
I said.
yeah. So the next one. What do you think is your oddest quirk? I'm going to answer what
Oh,
I
no.
think is your oddest quirk.
The laugh is making me scared.
Gosh, there's kind of a lot of them.
Oh, great. She
Okay.
can't even narrow them down.
Okay,
Quirky guy.
2 come to mind. So the first is that if you are putting furniture in a room, something in your mind has to be kitty corner or the room is off balance. And so
Amen.
it was funny even to go visit our daughter in Jacksonville and helping her set up her house. And she's like, everything is just kind of flat. Something needs to be kitty corner in this room. I'm like, the genes are strong.
Kitty did get it. She got it.
And the second one is you are really not very cued in on like how organized or neat things are, except if it involves cords.
And our bed now.
And our bed now. So you will like walk into a completely messy room and be like, oh, those cords. Miss all the like
Cords suck.
mess, but the cords, they're on your radar.
Yeah.
And you care a lot about cords
Yeah,
and cord management
I do.
and not about some of the more bigger, obvious things.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's no bigger obvious things. Okay, what is Amy's greatest quirks? This might get me on the couch tonight. I think one of her greatest quirks, she does really care about everyone in the family and making sure that they're happy and they're doing well.
Yeah.
And so one of her greatest quirks is she asks obvious questions. Like everyone knows the answer, but she asks them because she's trying to get people to talk and share.
Yes.
Trying to think of a good example. I don't know. Do you have a good example for me?
I mean, I just do it all the time.
That's what I think Amy's one of our biggest quirks.
What did you think one of your oddest quirks were?
What I think one of my oddest quirks were, I don't know. I thought you came up with the good ones, actually. I don't know. I think my quirks aren't quirks. What do you think your oddest quirks are?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think sometimes I just overly ask the obvious just to get people engaged.
Yep.
And
So I'm afraid my sons have kind of picked up on the smartass answers. They might have learned that
yeah,
from me.
you are a bit of a smartass.
I'll give you a good example. I have a good example. Everyone out there, pray for us that our son is interviewing for a job, and we're really hoping he gets this job. But anyway, he had to reschedule the job because someone was sick, and so it's being scheduled at 1 o'clock on Monday. And so we're talking about this. Amy asked the question, "So are you going to get up for the 1 o'clock for your interview at 1 o'clock?" And
No,
he
no,
goes,
no, no.
"No, I'm going to sleep through it."
No, 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 no.
That's exactly how it went.
No, this was for his 10:30 interview that
No.
got canceled. I didn't ask him for the 1 o'clock. It was for the 10:30 one. And he likes to stay up really late.
Yes.
And sometimes if he has a morning
Telling
thing,
stories.
he just stays up and doesn't go to bed till after. So I wondered if he was actually going to go to bed or if he was going to.
Anyway, I thought it was funny because he's like, "No, I'm just going to sleep through it." But he said it totally straight. All right, let's go on to the next one. The next one is, who spends the most money? I think Amy would definitely say that I spend the most money, 100%.
Undoubtedly.
But it's not fair.
You do spend the most money. You have the most expensive hobbies. You
So
have
this is
the most.
thing is, that's what that's the
open
problem right now
wallet.
is we
And you
lovingly both adopted this beautiful horse and brought him into our family.
Wait.
And then
Minus the horse.
all of a sudden, now all his expenses are mine because it's my horse. When I threaten to go tell the horse that mom doesn't love him anymore and doesn't want to take ownership of him, then she gets mad at me. But I'm like, it can't have it both ways. Either it's our horse and you love him as part of the family, or it's my horse and you don't love him.
Take the horse out. Even with the horse out, you still spend more money.
No.
Yes.
So you have this problem where you don't spend money and then you want to be like a martyr when you do.
Oh, I
And
used
you
to be
want-
an amazing martyr.
Oh,
I
man.
don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, you're
though.
pretty good at spending it now.
But
Your
still-
plants get expensive. Do they not? Costco always comes with extra things home.
I mean, I will do like $20 here, $20 there, but you're more likely to buy larger, bigger, more expensive items.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you save it up. It all adds up to the same thing. If you do it 1 week at a time or a month. But anyway, I knew she was going to say that. And the most recent one has been my Clifford is expensive. When I looked at our bills and think, I think he's our biggest expense these days. That might be a problem.
Okay. Next question. What's your superpower? So I get to answer what I think your superpower is, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Okay.
I think one of your superpowers is your decisiveness. You are able to see something and see the pros and cons of it and very quickly come to a decision of like, yes, I can accept those cons. I want those pros. Let's move forward. And you stay solid in that. So you don't like really waffle. You like decide.
Yeah. I think for years I probably hid the chaos that was going on inside during those decisions. The other day something came up and she's like, "You mean you're worried about that?" I'm like, "Of course I'm worried about that. It's a big thing." And you're like, "Why don't you ever tell me these things?" It make me feel better if you were worried about it too. Well, I appreciate that. I think I can be pretty decisive. Sometimes it backfires on me. I guess every superhero skill can be a problematic.
I think your other superpower, I'm just going to do another one, is
That's cheating. At least one.
you have a very, very generous heart.
Appreciate that. So what is your superpower? I think your superpower is caring intensely about others. And again, I think at one time it probably was problematic because you put yourself last. And it's been nice to see that you put yourself on that list of people to care about and for. And that's awesome. I think your other superpower is having a clean house. This woman
That takes our
house
next question. You just killed
is
it.
immaculate. Our neighbors just come into the house and she would be worried because there would be like one little thing out of place. And so, I'm sorry, that house is a mess. And they laugh. This is a messy house. This is not a messy house. So Amy keeps an immaculate house.
I am just inherently tidy.
Yeah.
I'm not like OCD about it, but I am
Yeah.
inherently tidy.
If you have to bring it up, there might be some truth to it.
So that totally kills the next one because it says who's the most tidy, and we just
Okay. I went on to the next one. I'm sorry. Definitely Amy is most. Although, I have to say something here. I started worrying about Amy's mental health lately
knew this
because
was
she
coming.
started leaving drawers open. I'm like, where is this coming from? Bathroom drawers. Like my sink is on the opposite side of the bathroom drawer, so I can't get to it if the drawers are open. And she just leaves them all open. So I don't know how that fits into her tidiness.
I started shutting
Age
them
thing,
again.
I don't know.
It was my thyroid going out in the brain fog.
Oh, can't blame everything on the thyroid. If I could do that, I would blame it years ago.
Yeah.
All right. All right, the next one. Since we're skipping tidy, what is it?
Who said I love
Oh,
you
this
first?
is easy.
You.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
So let me tell you this story. So we've talked about for our anniversary, we did a podcast on how we met and everything. So if you want to hear that crazy story, go listen to the anniversary version of the podcast. We'll give you all the dirty details. But one of these details where we had been dating a very short period of time, and I was head over heels with Amy. Like she's telling me to go away, and I'm thinking I'm going to marry this woman.
Remember the decisiveness I talked about?
Yeah, I decided
it was
that
definitely
this
in
was
play
my
here.
this was my person, and I was going to do it. So we had been doing it a short period of time. We were out in our front driveway. I won't tell you what we were doing out there because there might be young ears. No, this is the sex podcast. We were making out.
Yep.
We were making out in the front driveway, and I turned to her and I said, I love you, 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 because she was so afraid to hear it. And she's like, ah.
Yeah, you didn't just say it once. You like fire hosed me.
No, because if I would have said it once, then she would have been like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, it's coming, and I don't care. That was the
Mr.
first
All or
time.
Nothing.
That's right. You got it all.
Remember the decisiveness and generous heart? There they are.
There, put together.
Put together in one moment. That just encapsulates.
What was your response?
I think shock and awe. Like,
I don't remember if you said it back to me or not.
I think I just said, wow.
It's like when I got down my knee to propose. What are you doing down there? See what I have to deal with? Pour out my heart. And she says, wow.
Let's skip this one because we already answered it.
Okay. You're next.
I just did the last.
Oh, which one am I on? Oh, yeah. We talked about who drives the car. I drive everywhere.
Yes, I'm a passenger princess.
If your spouse were an animal, which one would they be? Animal. Would Amy? She would be a tiger.
Oh.
Cute. You think you want to pet her and then right off your hand.
That is not me. That may be some fantasy of yours, but that is not me.
Hey, I can answer the questions ever I want. You can't do it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you you're wrong.
Oh, what's the right answer? Okay, she'd be a bird because she dreams about flying in her sleep.
I do fly in my sleep.
And she wants to fly, so she'd be a bird. Is that approved?
It's close.
Not even close enough. Okay. What would you be?
I'm thinking. You think I had all these questions answered, but
You
I actually
did.
didn't. I just gathered them off the internet.
You cheated.
I think a bird is interesting because I just soar in my dreams. I just like, woo, and I can
eagle.
fly.
Maybe we did like a bird of prey. It would fit both of these. Like, so you soar around and then
I'm not. No. Bird of prey is you.
What?
And your competitiveness.
Not at all.
I'm not that.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, maybe I'd like be a dove.
It's funny how your spouse can't see themselves. All right, what would I be?
Oh man. So many animals are coming to mind.
Oh boy. Horse's ass. Donkey.
I think when I first met you, you were like a feral horse.
Feral horse? What the?
Like
Oh boy.
Untamed, wild,
Oh, okay. Did you
majestic.
break me?
Maybe I bridled you.
Oh boy.
Let me think.
You got offended with a tiger. At least I wasn't a feral tiger.
All tigers are feral.
Not the ones in the zoo.
Uh, oh my goodness.
Not the
Uh,
ones up in Oklahoma.
yeah, those are still
They
feral,
were
but
too far from our house.
I would say there's a part of you that's like a puppy dog in your excitement and generosity, but then there's also that snap and bite. So you'd be like a dog with limits.
Mm. It'd be a pit bull,
Oh yeah, maybe like a
German Shepherd.
yeah German Shepherd. Yes,
I'm loud.
yes.
All right. I don't
Sometimes.
like this question. Let's go on. Next one.
Oh, okay. What's something that most people don't know about you? Hmm. I'm thinking something most people don't know about you. I think you're actually a pretty introverted person,
Mm-hmm.
but you show up in social settings in a more extroverted way. And so I think people expect you to be extroverted all the time. But like within the comfort of our own home, you're actually very introverted. And it's only in a social setting that more extrovert comes out.
Yeah, I think that's totally true. Well, I did take the test. We did one time at work. I landed smack dab in the middle.
An
So like,
ambivert.
I can go either way. If I have to be extroverted, I will. But if I prefer to be introverted,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you're right. What is something people don't know about you? I think probably they don't know that in college, at the end of college, you were very independent and you were a nanny in Belgium for a family. And then after being a nanny in Belgium, you just went around and decided to tour Europe all by yourself.
Yep.
I think if they knew you a little bit, they thought, that doesn't sound quite in her wheelhouse, as she has Greg drive her around every
Yes. Okay, you have to also know that I am really not good with
directions.
directions, like at all. It is not a talent I possess. So to think of me traveling in Europe, having to do directions all on my own doesn't really align with who I am. But I did it and I did a good job.
Um,
I caught all those trains and navigated all those cities with a little map. If you've seen me with a map, you would know how impressive that is.
That is very impressive. In fact, we kind of had hoped at the first of the year, we're both turning 50 this year, that we're going to go back to Belgium, spend some time there. There were some places we want to go, but we have a grandbaby now.
And we adore
That's what we really want to spend all our time. I'm never going there.
Europe is pale in comparison to this
Yes.
grandbaby, even though we'll still go to Europe and we will have a blast. But grandbaby rules.
All right, this next one's super easy. Who's better at remembering dates? Amy would answer, and she would be totally right. It's her. I even though it's on my calendar, I forget them. Like I'll go schedule something, and she'll go, we have something scheduled on the calendar, and it's on your calendar. I'm like, oh crap. I she is a walking calendar. She knows every date, keeps me on track. So that one's easy peasy.
It was so funny when we were first married. You would just say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And it was like you lived in this ever present, I'm always free.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, babe, like we have things scheduled on the calendar. And so we kind of had to learn to check in with each other because you just live in this I'm always free sort of space. And I keep the logistical running calendar and I would be like, actually, you're not. Remember, you committed to this already.
I think that's total like I'm the free will. Woo! We've
Free
always talked about
spirit.
free spirit. Like I've always said, if I didn't marry Amy, I'd be a drunk bum in the gutter street because of my free will nature, and Amy would be boring as hell.
No, I would be regimented and
boring as hell.
very constructive and focused.
Boring as hell. All right. Next one, babe.
What's something you're proud to have endured as a couple? What would you answer? I think there's a lot of things we're really proud. A lot of things that really were some pretty big obstacles for us. I think navigating our desire differences, we're pretty darn proud about. I think navigating some of our children's development and mental health challenges, we're pretty proud about.
Those are almost the bigger struggle that we talk about. I mean, this whole podcast has really been how we endured the challenges of our marriage and found the way to understand the differences. And we talk about it every week, so we won't go back over that. But raising children is hard.
Yeah.
And bringing in those new personalities and then having your own thoughts of how that should go and your own viewpoints and understandings. It's probably one of the biggest things that argued about or disagreed about in our marriage, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think we have come together a lot more.
But if you're to think of our latest, biggest disagreement, it was been around that.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah. I think different children pull on different parts of us, and there are some stages that you did better with the kid or I did better with, and we had to learn to kind of lean into each other's strengths to make it through, or even be able to say, I'm tapped out here. I have reached max, and tag you're it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. If you're going on a vacation, who's planning it? Well, this is an interesting question. You would once think that Amy, being the detailed person, would be the planner, but that's not really how this works. Like, I'm the one that looks at flights and hotels and details around where we're going as a vacation. That's what I would answer. But do you agree?
I would say because you have access to all the miles and hotels, and I don't, like they come through your work. And
are you having an excuse?
No, listen.
Okay.
I think you plan that part, and I usually plan the logistics of where we're going and what we're going to do, and if we're going to eat there or what's around to like go see. But you get us there and plan that. You'll do like the lodging and the flights, and I'll do the daily things or what's going to fill our times or where we're going to.
There's something I'm very proud of Amy. It's that she's overcome over the years. She would get so anxious about if we had a trip or if we had people coming to visit us or had any kind of gathering that she wanted to plan out every single minute of every day.
Yes.
Like she would have you get up at this time, we're going to get dressed, we're going to go do this thing and then that thing and then this thing and that thing. And it got to a point where people were like, I don't want to go on vacation. Well, she's gotten a lot better at not having to plan every moment out.
Yeah.
We live on opposite sides of the spectrum this way. Like I can't have fun if it's all planned out because that means there won't be any surprises. Amy can't have fun if it's not planned out because there might be surprises.
Yes.
So that just shows how different on the spectrum we are on that.
We've actually come a long way on this, though.
We have. We used to say, get in the car and go somewhere, and the kids would ask, are we doing this dad's way or are we doing this mom's way?
And dad's way was, we don't know where
we're not sure
going.
We're going to end up.
We don't know how we're going to get there. We don't know how long it's going to take, and we don't know what's going to happen along the way.
Well, it's going to be fun as hell.
Sometimes.
Every time.
No, sometimes it flopped big time.
When? Give me an example.
When we would have kids and they would be falling apart and hungry. And
that's not a specific example. That's generalities again, because you don't have a specific example.
But there were, and if it was my way,
she still doesn't have a specific
example.
example.
All the snacks planned, the stops planned, where we were going to go, how long it was going to take. It would be organized around their nap schedules.
All right, we'll get back to you if she ever comes up with a specific example.
Specific examples would be when we would have to have something booked beforehand and then we couldn't do it because it had to be pre-booked.
That's general. Tell me when that happened.
There were lots of times.
Tell me. I love how she keeps.
I have worked so hard to forget all of this, and now you want to bring them up.
No, she's forgiving me. Okay, we'll go on. That's funny. Man, you should be a politician.
Thank you. My question, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's the better cook in the kitchen? This is a tricky one.
Yep.
Because I actually do more of the cooking, but I am like follow a recipe kind of person. If you actually get in the kitchen and cook, you do a better job and you make a ginormous mess.
What does the kitchen look like when I'm done?
The kitchen is a mess.
The taste of the meal is going to be
amazing.
proportionate to the mess that I made.
So it's like, how would you define better? I think you make better tasting things. You're more creative, more inventive, but I'm generally like
More consistent.
more consistent.
I see
So
a pattern here.
consistency or deliciousness?
I don't know. You guys judge. Let us know. Send
Which
us a
one's
comment.
better? I don't know.
All right. The next question is, when in a social setting, who's more talkative? This is not even close. We talked about before about introvert and extrovert. If needed, I can run my mouth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes when I'm nervous, that's what happens too. So if it's a social setting where I'll get nervous, I won't clam up. I'll just stop talking. I am the one that talks. Amy has gotten much, much better. We recently had the opportunity to go meet some of my coworkers for dinner. And for the first time in our marriage of all these times, I sat on one end of the table and she sat on the other end of the table and just talked to the people at the table. And that would have never happened in the past. So I think with finding confidence in ourselves and who we are, that has become a lot more natural for Amy, and she's been able to do that. And I'm uberly proud of her. Yeah, that was a cool situation to watch.
Yes, I'm far more a one-on-one person. I like deep, meaningful conversations.
She hates small talk.
I'm not really a big fan of big groups, so I will tend to move towards one person. I'm definitely more introverted. I'm definitely more of an observer in social settings. I will be watching, observing, learning about people from watching them. But yeah, you're definitely more talkative. But like you said, I am capable of holding my own.
Yep. I actually surprised myself because, again, I dread it and I don't want to do it. But then I get going, I'm like, I'm pretty good at this. This is working out. People are listening to me. They're laughing at me. Maybe
I think that validation whore comes out. You're like, oh, look, hey, they like me. I'm pretty funny.
I'm pretty good at this. So anyway, funny. All right. This is the last one.
Yeah, unless you want to make up your own.
No, let's go for it.
Okay. If I'm picking up a treat for you, what am I getting you? So
your naked body.
See. That's not a treat from the store. That is the
ultimate treat.
Okay, that is a treat, but it's not a treat from the store. If I'm buying you something, it's going to be... It's going to be chocolate-covered cinnamon bears, Skittles, or something with peanut butter and chocolate, probably along with a Monster.
Yeah.
Those
what
are
kind
like
of Monster?
White, sugar-free, or White Claw, I think they're called, or something.
No, White Claws.
What's White Claw? Yeah. They're white.
That's alcoholic beverage.
Oh, sorry. The white ones.
Yeah.
The white bottle.
Let's see. What is Amy's? She likes salty, sweet, crunchy things. It's got to have those three things in it. So like a kettle corn, she'd dig. She does like chocolate too. She does like chocolate and caramel.
Chocolate and caramel covered pretzels.
Yeah, that would have all those three things in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't often have you pick me up something though.
No. Nope. But that's what I think I would bring home to you. And you.
What drink would you bring?
A buy.
What flavor?
Well, I think your favorite one is probably is it the mango coconut? What's the one with coconut? Mango coconut, I think it used to be the coconut lime. They don't make it anymore.
I know, it's such a sad day.
She cries about it often.
And now my son started liking them and he's stealing my drinks.
And her gum.
And my gum.
So she made him go to the store and buy him a new pack. And he got home really late from his friends, and the pack was sitting on the counter, and it said a note. Fun fact, I already took one.
Love tea.
Love tea. Pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty funny guy. I think more than even a treat that you would buy me, it would actually be gum.
Gum. Her dad ruined her. I have got to say, when I meet that guy, he passed away before I got to meet him, but when I get to meet him, we're going to have a conversation about this gum problem.
So he spoiled me as a young adolescent and bought me like a drawer full. Like I literally had a drawer in my dresser that was full of probably 15 to 20 different packs of like gum, and I had an endless supply always available to me, and I liked it.
Yeah, and so this has caused her to like to chew on a piece of gum for like 2 seconds and then throw it out and go to the next one. So again,
I'm
when we get to
better.
meet, it's the first conversation I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, we need to talk.
This gum thing got a little out of hand.
This gum thing was out of control. All your fault.
I'm a little possessive about my gum.
Yeah. All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. It was fun for us at least. So I got to chuckle about myself. I might have got myself in a little trouble. We'll see afterwards.
Trouble.
Still, I'll let you know later on if she ever comes with any specifics. Just talking in generalities. Yes. We'll let you know about that. But thanks for hanging out with us, and I hope you enjoyed that.
I think I just wanted to bring in the fun in the differences and the quirkiness, and just highlighting that there's always a messy and a tidy, and we all have our quirks and oddities and silly things that we do, as well as our superpowers, as well as all of the different strengths and weaknesses, and that's okay. That's also a really like joyful part of marriage.
It wasn't always that way for us. We always looked at the differences as problematic, and I think that a lot of couples do, and that's the issue. Those differences aren't problematic. It's thinking they're a problem. It's the problem. And when we can really realize that's where intimacy, eroticism, all the great things about marriage live and grow, and that differences, and that we can stop seeing them as a problem, but see them as awesome. I joke about it, but the differences that we have brought us joy and pleasure, because when we stopped fighting them and started just accepting them and enjoying them, it's very pleasurable. So hopefully this week you can take a look and maybe see some of those differences you have in your spouse and laugh about them and enjoy them. Come and join us on langfordlifecoaching.com. We'd love to have you up there. There's a little button on every page that says free consult. We'd love to chat with you.
Yes, we would. And we've been seeing a lot more of you lately. So thank you. We appreciate getting to know you. We appreciate talking with you. And we really just want to support you in your journey and your marriage. And whatever that support looks like, that's what we would like to be able to give to you.
A couple things that help us, that will help grow the podcast and continue to bring content, is if you go and give us stars or whatever thumbs up or thingies that it is for your podcast platform. Get us high rated so that it can get out there to more people, and subscribe to make sure that you get it every time it pops down. I know how many of you get it every time because I look as soon as it goes up.
Craigie.
Okay, it's a problem. Wait, I'm sorry.
I left that out of an odd quirk.
Hey, no, we're stopping the
podcast numbers.
Following the podcast numbers. But please go like and subscribe. We're grateful for each one of you and hope you have a great week. And until next time,
keep undressing your intimacy.
Bye-bye.